It's almost like the space wasn't set up for filming. But
Oh.
that couldn't be. Hi. This is Harvey. He tolerates being held, and he is the best cat ever. Good boy. Oh, okay. So today I'm going to be doing a tour of my bookshelf. I feel like I already kind of gave an idea of what I like to read in my first video, but now I'm just going to take you through all the books that I own and that I've read. I separate my collection into read and unread, and I'm going to do the TBR shelf in another video because I don't feel like it right now. So we're going to start on the bottom. This is my Sanderson shelf. I have a fairly extensive collection of Brandon Sanderson. We have Mistborn, though I lent out Mistborn to a friend, so right now we just have The Well of Ascension and The Hero of Ages. We have the other Arc of Mistborn, Bands of Mourning, Shadows of Self, Alloy of Law, Elantris, Warbreaker, Arcanum Unbound, and then Dawn Shard right on top. And on top of that we have this cool little amethyst crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Patrick likes rocks.
That's also not amethyst. That's black quartz.
Oh shit, it's black quartz?
Smoky quartz. Yeah. It's not purple, is it?
No.
No.
I don't know if this video is going to come out first or if the little library one is going to come out first, but this is my fiance Patrick. Say hi, Patrick.
Hi.
Next we have the Stormlight Archive. This is probably my favorite book on this shelf, The Way of Kings, which will always hold a special place in my heart because I feel like it got me back into reading after several years of hiatus. And we have the rest of the Stormlight Archive, the Reckoners, as well as Starsight, and then Legion. And I feel like Legion doesn't get enough credit. Like, Legion's a pretty cool collection of novellas that Brandon Sanderson wrote. And also this cool little candle that we got in Sedona that shows Sedona.
Very nice candle.
It is a very nice candle. We like candles and rocks in this house.
True millennials.
Yeah, seriously. Moving over to my least favorite shelf. So this is where I keep all of my books for school. I tried to organize these shelves like most favorite to least favorite, but these had to go down here because I do use them a lot. So we have all the usual musical suspects. We have the Harvard Dictionary of Music, we got some Grout, and then we get more into the theory. We have classical form and analysis. I like this book. This was fun. It's like very large. That was a semester. Probably next to my least favorite book, which I won't do for every shelf, but my least favorite book on these entire shelves is Shankarian Analysis. Fuck that book and fuck that class. More music books. This is where I'm keeping the books that I've read so far this month, which so far is Blinding Knife by Brent Weeks, and The Octopus and the Orangutan by Eugene Linden. One was 5 stars, and the other wasn't. This is my Dresden shelf. I really, really love the Dresden Files, and so they get their own shelf with a dedicated cover in the middle. On this shelf we also have this cool little wooden globe. We also put cat figurine because it looked like Harvey, but also it reminds me of Mr. the cat in the books. So then there's this shelf, which is like fantasy favorites that are not Brandon Sanderson or the Dresden Files, is how I organize that. I guess the first thing we need to talk about is my Dr. Fauci bobblehead.
What happened to his hand?
I don't want to talk about it. We also have the George R.R. Martin Dream Songs collection. I love these books. These are like every short story that he's ever done put into 2 volumes, and they are so good. If anyone loves George R.R. Martin and like needs a fix and has given up hope on the Song of Ice and Fire, I would try and find these. I've never seen them in a bookstore. I don't know if they're even still in print, but they are so fun. Then we have all of my N.K. Jemisin, who is also another favorite author of mine. How Long Till Black Future Month, which is a great collection of short stories. Again, we have the Broken Earth trilogy, the Inheritance trilogy, Dreamblood duology, this cute little vase that I inherited from my grandma. I don't know where it's from. Oh, it's from Italy. It's from Italy. Honey, we're fancy. And then we have the Poppy War, the first two books, because I haven't read the third book yet. We got all the Tolkien. And then we have the first book in the Lightbringer Quintet, one of the Earthsea books, Light from Uncommon Stars, and Library of Mount Char. Out of the park, home run books. I love them all. Then we'll go up to this shelf, and this is not fantasy, but I still like it, shelf. Nice little pen and inkwell that has never worked, but I think it looks pretty. And then another rock that we might or might not know what it is.
So that's silica. That's quartz.
Oh, we have Becoming by Michelle Obama. We have my Georgette Heyer collection, slowly but surely growing. Beautiful little book, I Capture the Castle, which I have featured because I think the cover is so pretty. This is how you can tell that I really love a book. I scotch taped the cover on because it fell off from so many rereads. I love this book. This is about a young ballerina in the early 20th century, has a very oppressive family, and runs away to the Amazon to become a professional ballet dancer, and might find love along the way. I don't know. Gotta read and find out. I love this book. It's one of my favorites, like all time. We got a couple of Gretchen Spragues. I don't think these are still in print. My mom gave these to me. They're like super old library books that, what is it called when libraries just get rid of books? The library didn't want them anymore.
Repurposed?
Yeah, they were just getting rid of them. But these are lovely old little stories. They're about a cellist in the 60s. This is called A Question in Harmony. The sequel is called White and the Moon. In the second one, she goes to music camp. In the first one, she's just kind of figuring herself out. All the characters are in high school. Really lovely. These are like my comfort reads, are just these really old books. I think the only modern book I have up here is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ning, which I read this in one sitting and was not planning to, but it was so fucking good that I ended up going to bed at like 3 a.m. because I couldn't put it down, and it was amazing.
I see Dune.
Dune is coming.
Spoiler alert, it's trash.
I don't think Dune is trash. I just think it's not for anyone who cares about well fleshed out characters. So the next shelf are sci-fi and also some fantasy that wasn't good enough to make it onto this shelf. So we have the Three Body Problem, love that book. We have the Binti series, which was also absolutely phenomenal. Children of Time. We have Isaac Asimov, I, Robot, some Orson Scott Card, just the whole Ender's Game, the original quartet. I haven't read the later books that have Bean as the protagonist, and honestly, I'm not too interested. Then we have Dune. I didn't like it. It's not my favorite. Patrick had to listen to me complain about Dune for like weeks because I committed too hard and I should have just not finished it.
Yeah.
But I decided to finish it, and I don't know if it was worth it for me. I like appreciate Dune, I appreciate the world, I don't appreciate anything else about it. Anyways, we have the one Stephen King book that I've read, which is 11/22/63, which is about the assassination of JFK. Love this book. Super, super good. I have so much King that I haven't read that I just bought, and I was like, I'll read it. I haven't read it yet. It's on that shelf. We have a couple of Ted Chiang short story collections, which I really, really, really like those. I don't know if he's written any full-length books yet, but I would really like to read them if he has. Then on the end, we have this little wooden globe. It's fun because you open it,
Oh,
and there's...
globes.
Yeah, it's nesting. And now I'm not going to be able to get Africa back in the right spot. Oh. We must change camera angles because the books get higher. It's almost like the space wasn't set up for filming.
Oh.
That couldn't be. I look like a goblin. Welcome to a new camera angle. So this shelf, I would say, are my least favorite fantasy books that I have, but I don't really keep books that I don't like unless they're part of a series. In that case, I feel like it's necessary to keep the family together. So first we have the Lies of Locke Lamora series. I love the first Lies of Locke Lamora so much, and then the series just kind of went downhill for me a little bit, especially in the final book. I just didn't really understand where a lot of the plot points went, and I didn't think it was set up all that well, so The series has kind of like petered out for me. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I think the series is actually the opposite of The Lies of Locklemoor because I did not like the first book, but my mom gave me all three. I felt the need to keep going, and the third one I really, really loved. It's just the first one I couldn't stand. The characters are just all awful people, and then they become less awful over the course of the series. Some sci-fi and fantasy compilations, The Ninth House, Wrinkle of Time and Book Thief. And then we got these recently, these really nice like crystal blue agate bookends. Second to last shelf is over here. These are the non-sci-fi fantasy less favorite children. We have some older favorites, like we have Mandy up here, which I talked about in my first video. I put 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo up here. My cat has decided to join us.
Hi, Harvey.
Harvey, do you want to see the books? I don't think you've ever been up here before, bud. Wanna look? Oh, you don't like? Okay. Yep. There's that. There's also this nice wooden duck. The shelf above it, we have this cool little decorative mask. And then this is like a letter organizer that we never use, but it's super pretty, so for display only. And then right at the top, you can tell how much I love nonfiction. We have some Shakespeare, a couple of memoirs, The Inner Game of Tennis. I really like this book, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. And he talks about apartheid and being born as an illegal citizen because one of his parents was black and the other was white. And it was really difficult. Okay, so that was my bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably make another one that goes through my TBR, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you want. Bye.